The following podcast is brought to you by AstroPanda Productions. For more information or to find other great shows, visit astropandaproductions.com or visit the AstroPanda Productions page on blogtalkradio.com.
Welcome.
Welcome to the Gaming with Scissors podcast.
I love it!
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Gaming with Scissors podcast. I am your host, Nitro Weasel 3K, and I am more out of my mind than Jeff Hardy's teeth are out of his head. That was a wrestling joke, and I opened with it. You're both welcome. With me, as always, is Nick, a.k.a. Zero Ping. How are you, sir?
Doing well.
Doing well. That's what I like to hear. And also, I have Piper. How are you, sir?
It's a good day. It's a good day.
It's a good day. High fives all around. High fives all around. It's always a good day when Call of Duty news is all over.
Oh, yeah. Wonderful.
Call of Duty. Yeah. We're going to talk about that later. Call of Duty, my favorite game. Let's go ahead and hit the ground running here. Nick, what did you do this week in gaming, sir?
I played a little bit of Skulls of the Shogun.
I don't even know what that is.
It's a turn-based strategy game. Uses pixel art. It's done by, I believe, 17-bit Games as the developer.
Forever Alone game.
Actually, there is a multiplayer component, but I am going through the single player just to kind of get all the mechanics down and everything.
Who's playing it with you?
We'll find out.
Forever
shortly.
Alone game.
Nobody wants to play that with you.
Oh, come on, someone will.
It's definitely not Sean or I will tell you that.
It's a big internet.
I will bet you Corey would play it. I can almost guarantee because he loves like anything that has to do with like maths. He's like, is there math to tell me how much I hurt that guy? I love that game.
That's the worst.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's like when we had him on in episode three.
Yeah, it's three.
Yeah, when we had him in episode 3, when he was on, he was talking about how he really likes RPGs because he kind of likes things that are like statistic based, like RPGs and strategy games. And I'm like, whoa, dude, that's a little hardcore for me.
This one's pretty light on that, though.
Yeah, but I can't even math my bank account. I just know if it's positive or negative. That's all I know.
I got money today.
Yeah, I do. I got that coin. Time to go over here to this Warhammer shop and lose it all. Hooray! That's why Sean comes here to Ohio and goes, "Hey, you should start playing Warhammer." And I'm like, "Nah, it's expensive." And then I buy like one kit, and then I just start buying all kinds of things. It's just not good. So, and then none of them get painted because it's just like, look, I got this box. It's got Warhammer guys in it, and I don't have any friends here to play it with. But that's fine.
No, we went to that creepy guy's basement. He also had a store inside his house. You could go play with them.
I just went past that place yesterday when I went to the theater.
Yeah, did you look at it? So you
Yeah.
actually looked at it. Yeah. Did you see it in daylight where it's literally just his house with a sign in front of it?
I saw it in daylight, and then after the theater, I looked over there, and he still had his basement lights on. So he was either like cutting up his last customer or something.
No, that's where the shop is, dude. Like when you walk in the back door, you're in his living room or like his kitchen.
No, but they had like a Darth Vader cutout blocking his kitchen.
Yeah, so you couldn't go in there because Darth Vader was guarding the way, and then the other door was just open, and then there was just stairs in front of you that went down to like a cat pee basement that was just full of like thousands and thousands of dollars of merchandise for Warhammer.
It wasn't that bad.
No, it really wasn't that bad. And the one guy at least was pretty nice. The other guy wanted nothing to do with us, but the one guy.
Which one? The one that tried to fight with me?
Yeah. Well,
okay.
He was a know-it-all. He was a neckbeard.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, he was like, I know my Warhammer. You don't know anything about anything. Watch me paint this miniature.
Hey man, neckbeards happen.
Unfortunately.
Yes, but I don't have to be there I don't have to be there to experience them. That's really what that comes down to. I don't want to be there to experience that. So that's a lot of fun. So you played Skulls of the Shogun. Is it Japanese? It's a Japanese type RPG, or is it what like?
No. Okay. The characters speak Japanese, or
So you don't understand it at all?
well, yeah. There's a lot of English. It brings up comic bubbles to tell you like kind of what's going on, and the artwork is very like flash art, kind of pixel art a little bit. It's pretty good. It's a clean game. So far, I'm enjoying it.
Is that on your Switch? What's that on?
That is on PC.
Oh my God, you're playing a PC game this week?
Yeah, actually, all 3 of the games I played this week were PC.
Oh my God, is the Switch dead to you already?
No, I just have a lot of games that I kind of want to cover, possibly for the site, and I'm just looking for material.
Side note, they totally biffed this launch too. It was their most successful launch. They still biffed it. They're like, we can't make enough. And then that was their excuse for canceling the NES Classic Mini. Well, we need to like put those resources out. Really? Okay, cool.
It can't be that hard to take some Raspberry Pis and jam them inside of a plastic case. Like how many? You can have 2 guys doing that.
What are you talking about? That's totally not what they're doing. They're totally not just doing something that the internet had figured out like 5 years ago and has been doing since forever. They couldn't, and then capitalizing on it? What? No, not Nintendo. They love their fans or something.
Which one?
No, I assume just the guys in the office that have a Mario figurine on their desk.
They're like, oh yeah, we love you.
Yeah, anybody outside of there. I mean, he did work 16 hours and almost died at his desk because he worked so hard. But hey, at least he's a really solid worker and a great fan.
Truth.
Puts all his money right back into the company. All right. So, all right. What else did you play, sir?
Also played a game called Saturday Morning RPG. I think it was originally released around the time, right after the Ouya came out, because I seem to recall seeing it on that list. But
dude, I wanted an Ouya so bad, and I'm glad I didn't buy one ever.
We bought one. We went out.
What?
I owned one for approximately like 3 hours. So I was with Micah. It was like around BlizzCon, so we were watching the BlizzCon on his house on his TV, and so we were like, oh, let's go to Target because there's nothing going on BlizzCon. So we went, and I was looking around, and I had some cash, and I was like, oh look, an Ouya, that might be good, but it wasn't good. So I went ahead, I bought one.
You played that one tower defense game that anybody gave a shit about, and then you never touched it again.
Well, I played a bunch of the demos because all the games had demos, or they were supposed to, and they didn't. But so all the games came with demos, so you try them out and stuff. So we played a couple of demos. It took forever to get it set up. The controllers kept disconnecting. They were super just jankety, and I was just like, this is really bad. So we drove back to Target and returned it, and I bought a couple of games for the 360 or whatever it was.
So you bought a Switch?
Yeah, pretty much. Baba.
I bought an Ouya for my cousin for a birthday.
As a joke? Like you were mad at him?
No, he wanted one, and we've been talking about it.
Well, if you're really his friend, you would have told him he didn't need one.
Well, we actually had a really good time with Towerfall Ascension. That was before it came out on PS4 or PC. So we did have a good time with that. And there was that Frog game. Did you get a chance to play that one, Piper?
No, I don't even remember what games I played.
It's just Frogger. You can play that on Atari.
No, it's like this frog battle game. It's really broke. It's like a
so it's an Ouya game.
So it's extremely fun though. So it's like a battle game where you have essentially these frogs, and they had different outfits that you could unlock, like Vader helmets and Wolverine claws and stuff of that nature. But you just ran around in this 3D map, and you literally had a button to make you go completely ragdoll, which was part of the strategy of not getting hit sometimes. Like like you'd be flying through the air because you got shot into the air by a large fan, and someone could take a shot at you, and like literally, like as soon as you land, like you could go ragdoll and just fall on the ground and dodge shots that way. It was ridiculous. The controls were kind of weird and everything, but man, we had a blast just laughing our asses off playing that game.
So it's like a physics game or what?
Yeah, kind of like a physics game. Yeah, man, I wish I could remember the name of it, but Awesome Frog or something like that, or oh shoot,
That sounds horrible. Sounds like the worst thing ever.
Bad game, sir.
Yeah, I have no interest in this game. It sounds like a jankety Steam indie game. Like some guy made it like his dad's house because he went to 1-2 hour college class on how to make a game and then just quit because he thought he was too good for it.
Oh yeah.
Also, is it Phil Fish's next game?
I don't know who made it, to be honest with
Sure.
you. It was not Phil Fish.
Man, how many non-friends do you think I've made from this podcast?
Oh yeah, all of them.
Like every time I either got to mention Scientology or Phil Fish or I gotta hate Nintendo. I'm scared to go to a convention now and wear like a shirt that lets people know that I'm on this show because they're gonna be like, "That guy that's a dick and hates everything."
Your one fan's gonna show up and they're gonna have a love knife.
That's right. Give me a love hug. Get all stabby.
Yeah.
Amazing Frog. That's what it was actually called.
That's an amazing name, I'll tell you that.
Very original.
It amazes me that you played that.
Dude, if it's on Steam, I'm buying a 4-pack and we're gonna have to stream it. It's ridiculous.
Oh, do we have to?
Oh yeah.
Like, can I pay you money so we don't have to?
Sean's like, I veto that. We aren't doing that. He's the only one with a connection fast enough to stream anything. So basically, we would have to depend on him to actually stream it.
I'll buy 4 connections and have like one good connection.
Do it. I dares you.
Yeah, we are thinking about doing a stream when the new Diablo comes out, or the new Diablo expansion, so that we can.
Oh my goodness, son! It's so good.
Is it out now?
No,
Or are you still playing beta?
No, they wiped the beta. So, but no, it's really that's my favorite character now. Like, I don't care. I don't care about anything else in that game. Like, it's so well done. I can't understand. Like, this should have been in the original release of the game. Like,
well, that was the only character I liked in 2. Like, that was not the only character, but that was like my primary in 2.
Yeah, me too. But I mean, there was other. I mean, I liked a bunch of the classes, but still, yeah, it was definitely one of the better ones.
Yeah. All right. So, Nick, does that wrap up what you played for the week, or
No, I also played FTL.
I've never played that.
You'd hate it. You would hate it.
Yeah, I don't think that it's quite a Matt game there, but
I don't like most things. So you have a 75% chance of getting it correct if you say I'm not going to like something.
There's 3 things on the planet Earth that Matt decided he liked, and FTL is not going to be one of those. I am kind of enjoying it. It took me a little bit to kind of figure out what was going on, to be honest. But now that I've played it a little bit, it's pretty neat. It's a fun game.
Like, what even is it? I don't even know what it is.
FTL, Faster Than Light. It's like a ship simulator. You get like a 2D representation of a ship. You have limited resources. It's a bit of resource management as far as like where you can travel, and like you can pick up different missions and you try to get resources from those missions. And I'm not exactly sure what it is, but there's something that keeps moving into the galaxy, inevitable heat death of the galaxy or something. I don't know what it is, but essentially you have to kind of keep moving in one direction to avoid it. So it keeps you moving forward. So you're not just kind of grinding or trying to farm things. And it's permadeath. Like, you die, that's it. So
it makes me wish that I could experience permadeath just hearing about this game. That sounds like a nightmare for me. That sounds like nothing I want anything to do with.
It's not a bad game. I mean,
it's not bad, and it's got touch controls, which is kind of nice because I've been playing these games on my laptop, and it's nice having the touch controls.
Yeah, and I know that that came out on iPad as well, right? You could play that on iPad or one of the tablets.
I think so.
I believe so, yeah.
I feel like I see that game come up a lot when you're looking for like, best mobile games. That comes up a lot because that's another thing I don't like is mobile games. I just can't get into them. And I think we've talked about that before. But having a game that is not by nature a mobile game, just that has touch controls, that kind of does intrigue me a little bit. And I might be more willing to play it if I could play it mobily. But I'll tell you right now, just hearing like Space Simulator where you go on missions to collect resources, I want to fall asleep. I does not have the smart for that. So
it's not like one of those like simulators. It's more like it's really slow paced because like it gives you all these text prompts and you have to make decisions based on like what happens. I don't know.
Is one of the decisions not to play the game?
No, unfortunately not.
I guess what I just made that decision in real life.
It's always a decision.
That's right. Okay, well, before we get to Sean and I, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we will be right back. So hang on.
How can you achieve and maintain business growth? Harvard Business School Executive Education is now accepting applications for a new program, Driving Profitable Growth. Taking place in Boston from October 25th through the 28th, this program focuses on business expansion and organizational growth strategies that can lead your company into the future. Learn more about this 3-day program for senior leaders by visiting hbs.me/growth. That's hbs.me/growth.
All right, cool. We are back. Sean, what did you play this week?
What didn't I play this week? I played very little. With all let's skip over that. So this week I've been playing 2 games mainly. One of them is a game called Renowned Explorers International Society, and it's been out for a little while. But the reason I decided to finally play it was there was an expansion that came out for it called More to Explore, so it kind of expanded the game out. It's a weird kind of quirky indie game where you have to put together a team of explorers and you have a map. So the map kind of it's like an island or whatever, and it looks to me more like it's like a tabletop game. So very board gamey. You right click and you move your party to different like hotspots on this map, and then things happen when you get to these places. Like you'll meet a guy and you'll have to talk to him, and then based on each of your character's traits, like some guy might be really good at like convincing people to do things, and one person might be good at like stealing stuff. So you basically get to choose kind of how you interact with these people. Like, I'm going to go and talk to this old man in a field and he's hungry. I can choose to either give him some bread and lose one of my resources, or I can kill him, or I can try to steal something from him.
Isn't graphically, doesn't it kind of have like a Dora the Explorer look with like kind of muted tones? Like, isn't it kind of like...
I wouldn't say it's like Dora the Explorer.
Well, yeah, but isn't it like, it's kind of like comic booky a little bit almost?
Yeah, a little bit. It reminds me of some kind of a cartoon that would be on PBS. It really does. But it's the art style's really good, audio is really good, and it's an entertaining game, but it's just not real deep. And I kind of was disappointed by that.
All right, that's kind of bummer because it does. I think that you and I had talked about this before, and I had looked at the trailer on Steam, and I actually was kind of interested because like I do like exploring. Like action games are kind of my favorite, or action adventure games are my favorite. But I do if you're just like, hey, explore this, like I am kind of into that. Yeah. So I actually was thinking about playing it, but it's kind of a bummer if it's not that deep. Like that's not.
Well, it's just some of the mechanics are really weird. The thing that I like everything about the game except for the fighting. Because you'll come across like groups of like native people, or you'll come across some pirates or something like that, and you have to fight them, and that's real like tactics. So like Final Fantasy Tactics, where you gotta position your people and choose your attacks and stuff. But it's just I don't know. I don't really care for that part of it. But everything else about the game is good. It's just unfortunate that that's kind of a big part of the game.
Yeah, see, I'm not that into that either. I remember when Final Fantasy Tactics came out and I played it for the first time. I was like, this is it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not a big fan of like the turn-based RPGs. The only one I really like the Tenchi Muyo one that came out for Super Nintendo.
Oh yeah.
Because I really like Tenchi Muyo. I think that's the only SNES game I own CIB.
Really?
Yeah, because I like it that much. Like it's really good. Like it's all in Japanese. They never released it in English, but if you were to like Google that, you could probably find a way to play it in English.
I'm sure that you can download an English thing.
Yeah, you could borrow one. I mean, of course, you own it first before you do that.
Never.
Right?
Never.
Yeah, you would never just go online and find something for free that Nintendo could charge you $5 for. You wouldn't do that. Our listeners certainly wouldn't do that.
Never.
So yeah, I assume you also played some Dawn of War 2, right?
3.
3.
You were playing Dawn of War 2. I played Dawn of War 3.
I was playing 1.
Oh,
actually.
was it 1 you were playing? Okay.
Yeah.
So
but yeah, it looks really cool. I don't know if I can commit to more Dawn of War.
It's a different game. It is a very different game than 1 and 2, but I kind of like it. The campaign is really shallow. That game is all about multiplayer. So if you like playing against people, if you like competitive games, it's worth it. It totally is. And I don't know, like, so all of like the, websites and stuff are giving it pretty good reviews. User reviews are kind of like in the 60% on Steam, I think is what it is still. And so, I mean, I totally get where people are coming from. The fact that, they're angry that it's not like Dawn of War 1 or Dawn of War 2. But I don't always hate that. Sometimes I want something that's different, even if it shares the same lineage. It's okay if it's different, and that's the case here. It's a lot different game, and there's some mechanics to it that are really cool. But I mean, it is. It's if you want something that's like the first Dawn of War game or the second one, even this game's not for you. If you want a really good online, competition, then it's definitely a good game.
So it's like if you want to fill that StarCraft or Warcraft hole.
Yeah, I mean, it's not to me. It's not like StarCraft though. It's its own thing. It has some neat mechanics to it. It's like way too much. Like we could have a whole show just talking about this game. So I'll just say I like it. I think it's worth it. But don't go in with the expectations that it's going to be another like the first Dawn of War game. It's not. I
actually prefer 1 to 2.
Most people do.
The story mode. The multiplayer, I didn't play 1 multiplayer ever, and I don't even know if you still can. I didn't try.
I think you do like local.
Okay, yeah. So, but the second one, you and I did play online, and I was way overwhelmed.
Okay, then this is going to be a lot for you then.
Well, I didn't play enough of 1 to understand, like, you got to capture the like the PowerPoints or whatever. And then like expand out that way instead of just building everything in your base. And I didn't understand that.
Yeah.
So having that base understanding, if I went back and played 2, I think I would enjoy it more.
Yeah.
But I've been playing the campaign for 1, and it works a lot like the multiplayer. It's literally just like, here's an extended tutorial with cutscenes in it for the multiplayer. That's really all it is in 1. So it's kind of interesting. But yeah, so you play some Dawn of War 3. Anything else?
Yeah, there is another game that I played. It is called Sniper Ghost Warrior 3. And this, it just recently came out. April 24th is when it came out. And this, I'm not big into like realistic war shooty pew pew games. Like, Call of Duty and Battlefield and all those things. Like if I'm gonna play a shooting game, we play a lot of Overwatch. That's the kind of shooting games I like, more like arcadey, on comical kind of stuff. So this was like, I haven't played a game like this in quite a while. Like I own Battlefield 1, and I don't even know that I've ever like put the disc into my PlayStation 4, but yeah, which is horrible to admit. But so this game, it's kind of like what's the sniper game that you like?
Oh,
Sniper Elite?
Yes, Sniper Elite, yeah.
So it's kind of like if you were to take Sniper Elite and it had a baby with like Far Cry 4, that is the game you get.
That sounds kind of awesome to me.
It's a good game so far. The one complaint I have about it is the loading times are horrible. And I don't know if it's my computer or if the game just takes 4 minutes to load no matter what computer you're on. But the first time you fire it up, you're going to start your mission. Oh my gosh, I can start playing another game and I can get into playing another game. And I'm like, oh yeah, it loaded finally. So I can go back and...
Does it use the Crytek engine?
It does use Crytek engine.
Yeah, that's why. On the initial load, it loads all the game logic and assets and stuff. Seems like a lot of the Crytek games do that.
Well, I've played a few. I mean, but this is the worst one. I don't know if it's not optimized or what, but they just put a patch out today, so maybe that fixed some of the load times. But other than that, occasionally, sometimes when you're switching from the scope on your sniper rifle, like to drop in the weapon, sometimes it'll like freeze for a second and then really quickly drop it. So, and again, that could be my machine I'm playing it on, because I need a new video card on my desktop that I normally use. So it could be just that. But other than that, I mean, game looks really pretty. Controls are fun. Game's a lot of fun. There's like crafting and stuff. So if you like that kind of stuff, this is a really good game.
That's really cool. And I think you and I kind of talked a little bit about it, being that like Far Cry style, like Sniper Elite is very open world, but it's very, very, very heavily focused on, it wants you to snipe. It wants you to be really clever. It wants you to walk around, find good places to snipe from, be really sneaky when you're doing it, set a bomb up in a truck and then climb to the other side of the building and then set the bomb off to get people to run to it and then snipe them all off. And it very much wants you to be a sniper. You have a machine gun and you have a handgun and you have the option to get grenades and mines, but you get mowed down pretty quick if you try to 1v1 a guy with a machine gun.
So that's the nice thing about this is you can pick up all different kinds of weapons, and it allows for more, I guess, robust play style. Like, because you have different like tracks that you can go down. So you put like talent points in either like warrior or ghost or sniper. I don't remember what that might be what they're called. But so basically you have, if you want to just be like a soldier, you can put points there. If you want to be a sniper, or if you want to go around like ninja stabbing people in the back of the neck, you could do that too. So it's a flexible game. I like it. It lets you, lets you do a lot of stuff.
Lets you do you.
Yeah, man.
I'll just do me. Yeah, that's sweet. I would just wander around stabbing folks. That sounds fun.
I'm not good at stuff like that. I like the sniping. I actually want to play the whole game with a compound bow.
That's awesome.
When I play Far Cry,
is that an option?
Yeah, there's an option. You can get a compound bow. And but yeah, dude, that's me in any of the Far Cry games. I just pick up the best bow I can and I play with that the whole time. It's way more fun to me. I just want a game with bows. That's why I like the Horizon Zero Dawn, because it's just bows.
Yeah, that's sweet. That's sweet. What else did you play? Anything else?
No, that's it.
That's it.
Yeah, that's all.
As for me, I have been leaning hard into HOTS. Just Heroes of the Storm. I know, Sean, you played a couple rounds of that with me.
Oh yeah, we did play some.
Yeah, I've been leaning heavy into that because season 2 is out now, or 2.0 rather is out.
Yeah, 2.0.
And it's so much better. The game is so much better at 2.0.
They unbroke it.
Yes. Oh my God. There's loot crates in it now, and way, way better like currency systems and all that stuff. So much better.
Which it's kind of weird though that there's 3 currencies in the game now, and that makes it easier. It's like before you had real money and you had your gold to worry about, but now there's like shards and diamonds and gold, and you can use diamonds and gold to buy some things, and then shards you can buy hats and all this random stuff. But it's really good. Like I totally dig it. I got burned out playing Heroes, and I convinced myself I'm bad at this game. I'm not good at it. I just need to stop. I suck at League of Legends. So I picked up Heroes when it was in like beta, and I was like, yeah, I like this game. This is fun. And then finally, once it rolled out and went live, I was like, oh God, I suck at this. And I got really like frustrated because if you didn't, to me, it seemed like if you didn't invest a lot of time in the game, you weren't going to get good. And now with 2.0, dude, I feel like I could just pick it up, play it, and I have a good time. Even if I do still suck at it, I can at least make progression and unlock some stuff. I mean, that's how I'm with Overwatch. I'm not good at Overwatch, but I play it all the time and I get to unlock stuff. So that's gambling.
Yeah. Well, not only that, but the rewards that you're getting from these loot boxes are way better because we played for a while before 2 came out, but we didn't really unlock that much because shit was so expensive.
Well, and if you wanted any skins, you had to pay real money for them.
Yeah, but now you can get skins from boxes, or you can get skins with other in-game currency, or you can just throw real money at it. So that's kind of neat because now you're getting the loot boxes with 4 items in it, and you're getting skins. I'm like stacking my characters with skins right now. It's so nice because I didn't have a lot of unlocks, and now it's just like blah 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 blah. Every time I get an unlock, I'm excited about it again, which is really cool. It makes me want to keep playing the game.
They're definitely overwatching it.
No, for sure. I think they're gonna start shifting towards one giant system that they just use for everything. Like it'll just be called, the Blizzard looting system or something, where it'll just every game will pretty much have the same loot system. I could see them doing that. That would. I mean, it kind of works for Hearthstone. I mean, it really would because you get the packs already. And it's very similar. But
with Hearthstone, like the frequency in which you unlock packs is like so slow.
Mm-hmm. Well, they want you to pay.
That's their model for that. Which I would be happy if all their games went to like the whole like loot crate system because I enjoy that. I mean, I feel like I'm accomplishing something, which I'm really not, but I feel like it.
Right, but I feel good about myself, and that's what's important.
That's right.
So, but yes, I was leaning heavy into HOTS, and then I actually started my Pi Zero Game Boy.
Finally.
Yeah, I started modding the Game Boy case to fit, and fun fact, I'm recording the whole thing. So once I get a good chunk of steps done, I'll probably put out a few videos that you can find on nerdlifetx.com or on our YouTube channel, and you can watch me put that thing together. It's a little difficult because I don't have a very steady hand when I'm using a Dremel, and I have a kind of a cheap Dremel, so it is a little cumbersome, but I think that I'm going to be okay. I also made the mistake of working on it in my basement instead of out in my garage because it's Ohio. We live in Ohio, and it's super rainy. It's like 40 degrees out right now, and it's rainy. It has been for probably, what would you say, like 2 weeks?
Yeah, a couple of weeks.
Yeah. So it's not like I can go out on my back porch and do this. So I was doing it in my basement. Well, I'm using a Dremel tool to cut plastic it's just a high-speed spinning disc. Does anybody see the problem there at all?
Oh, there's no poison in that or anything, right?
Right. What happens when plastic heats up? Hooray! Yeah, so I just had noxious plastic fumes in here, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm going to do this outside. So that's kind of where I stopped on the first video. Like, I cut out the battery area, and I actually messed up immediately because I left the metal inlets for where you put the battery in the case. And I hit one of them with the Dremel, and sparks flew everywhere. And I was like, "Gah!" Like, I had to take the stupid thing out. So, but yeah, that's pretty fun. I was working on that today. So as soon as I get those up, make sure you watch nerdlifetx.com if you're interested to see my progression on that. And because I'm a total noob, it'll give you like a good baseline if you're like, oh, I'm thinking about taking this on, but I've never done a Raspberry Pi project before. I've never done a Raspberry Pi project before, ever. And this is my first one. So I'm hearing that it's not too bad. I'm using a lot of the tutorials that you can find on Sudomod, actually. So I'm going to try to compile everything that I put into this in one big sheet to kind of make a master list so you can see exactly what I bought, follow along with exactly how I did it, and hopefully end up with the same result. Hopefully the result is something that works, which would be great. But if it's not, at least you'll know what not to do, I guess.
It's just going to be a hunk of plastic is all you're going to get.
Yeah, it's just going to be melted plastic. And it'll just be me full of sadness and sad, broken dreams.
It's all right.
That'd be awesome. Make America great again, guys. Make it great with sadness. America's great sadness. So yeah, other than that, I played some Dawn of War 1 as we discussed, and I got pretty into it. It was a lot of fun. I enjoy the first one. Graphically, it kind of sucks trying to play it now because you can get a lot of packs to make it HD, but really,
it's not really HD.
Yeah, it still kind of looks like garbage. And I kind of have to play it in windowed mode because my display now it is unfathomable for a game that came out in whatever year that came out in.
Well, it was it not the late 90s?
I want to say late 90s, but I don't know. This is stuff that we probably should have done beforehand, but I can find out for you. Dawn of War 1. When did it come out? Boop, 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 boop.
It never came out. It's actually a ghost.
Dawn of the War game.
2006.
There you go. So it came out in 2006.
It feels like it came out a lot longer than that.
Yeah, it does. But I mean, video game time, that is a long time.
That's true.
Years is forever in video game time. So, but yeah, so it still holds up. It's still fun to play. It's just you have to get past the clunkiness of it, and some of the videos are kind of they're really strange.
They're very laughable.
Well, they made this model, and the model's mouth opens, which is cool because I remember being amazed by that when I was a kid. The first time I saw somebody's mouth move when they were talking. But it's just like they just made the model go mar, 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 like just mouth, and then they just put words in over top of it. It doesn't line up. It's kind of strange. So, but I've been playing that, and I've been playing a lot of PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds. Finally got my brother playing that. And,
oh god,
yeah. Oh god, man. Oh my god. Just I can't handle. I'm good except for the intro where you're on the island with everybody, and they're just yelling the most hateful, racist shit that you've ever heard. And I have to always mute when I'm like in the town. Once I'm playing the game, I'm good, but it's interesting. It's an interesting social experiment to let a bunch of people
say whatever they want.
Yes, have no rules in a game like that, because a lot of games have those built in. You can block this guy for saying something, something ignorant, or you can report people. There is none of that in this. So
it's the Wild West.
Yeah, you just got cheaters. It's literally this is the 4chan community just giving mics. So that's cool.
Always.
Yes. Yeah. So, all right. Well, that wraps up what we did this week in gaming. So we're going to take another quick break, and then we're going to get into our topics. So hang on.
Ready? Okay. We got paper, yes we do. Wide ruled notebooks, pencils, glue. We got crayons, every hue. School supplies for your whole crew. Target's got everything you need to ready, set, go back to school.
Napa know-how. The Napa guy knows not to judge a man by his car's multicolored paint job or absence of modern gadgetry. Who cares if it's technically old enough to vote and the windows are powered by the strength of your left arm? Your monthly payment is zero, and it'll stay that way. Because with over 500,000 parts and a little Napa know-how, you can keep anything on the road. She may not be pretty, but she's all yours. That's Napa know-how. Napa know-how.
All right, we are back, and there was some E3 conversation happening amongst us and buzzing online. So when I put out the call for ideas this week for topics, Nick said, why don't we talk about E3? So, Nick, why don't you start us off?
All right. Well, E3 2017 is coming up.
Is it going to phone home?
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, I heard that mistake, son. Internet, everybody heard him mess up.
All right, let's try that one again.
No going back.
I'm leaving it in. I'm referencing it, so it has to stay in.
What game announcements would you guys like to hear from the three major console manufacturers? Let's start with Sony. What are you thinking, Matt? Come on.
Me?
Someone coming up. Yeah, let's start with you.
Okay, so from Sony, see, I don't keep up on a lot of this stuff. I would like to see an actual second game to Until Dawn, if I'm being honest, because the second game that came out was a VR experience, and that's garbage to me. I want to see another game that was like the first Until Dawn. And I did take a peek at some of the stuff that is coming out, and I don't think that I'm going to get my wish. However, one thing that is coming out, there was a couple of kind of horror type games coming out. First of all, Call of Cthulhu is going to come out. And if it's just a remake of the one that was on the Xbox, I am going to kick a baby. I swear. I played that game for a review that nobody will ever see because I put a ton of work into it and hours and days of filming, and I did like location shots and stuff, and the video sucked. So I never published it. But I played the Xbox version of that game, and I was so frustrated by it. I didn't even beat it. I was close to beating it, and I got so pissed at one point that I stopped playing it. Like I literally was I threw the disc. I was so mad. So I hope that that's not that. And I did see that The Evil Within 2 is a possibility. It's possible that that's on its way, and that would be cool because I liked that game. It was a throwback to old school Resident Evil, but now we have a good Resident Evil, so I don't know how that's going to stack up if you go back to like this tanky control style Resident Evil action adventure game compared to Resident Evil 7. So, but those are a couple of things that I would like to see, more horror stuff more than anything, just because I'm a horror hound. I like all that crap. So
all that crap.
Well, what about you, Sean? Anything Sony's coming up with, or that you'd like to see them come up with?
Honestly, so I really don't care about VR. I really don't. But I think that I would really like to see Sony drop the price on all their VR package, because I want to try it really bad, but I'm not willing to drop that much money just to play something that I will maybe play like 2 or 3 times, unless it's really good. I mean, who knows? I might be like, oh, I love this, and then I'll play it all the time. But I don't know, because I'm not willing to drop the money on it, because it's like $700 or $800 to get everything you need to play it on the PS4, right? Something like that. It's something crazy.
It's not cheap, yeah. And then you got to buy the sticks separate, whatever those knick-knack sticks or whatever the sweet things were from the 90s where you used to impress your friends.
Move, yeah. And
you need like the camera too, right?
Yeah, you get a bunch of crap, and then you got to get enough cabling to go from your sofa to your I don't know. I'm with you on it. I would love to see that come down in price, because that's the only VR that I'm interested in at all.
Really?
I'm not interested in Oculus or anything else. Like, I've always liked Sony. I've always liked my PlayStation. I liked my PS1. I liked my PS2. PS3, I kind of dropped off a bit. I would kind of switch over to 360, but on PS4, I love my PS4. So it would be cool to have a VR headset like that, because again, that I am one of those people that likes I like to have common ground when it comes to shit like that. I just think development is easier when you know exactly what you're developing for. And even though there is like the PS4 Pro, it's not as complex as having to buy a super expensive PC like you need for the Oculus.
Yeah,
I prefer that. I was perusing a list, by the way, and I'm going to interject. Last of Us Part 2. Yeah, I will literally cut an arm off to play that game right now. I'm just throwing it out there. The Last of Us is my favorite game of all time, hands down. It toppled my previous favorite game of all time. And the Last of Us series is near and dear to my heart, and I love everything about it. It's I don't care. I know it's kind of getting cool now to be like, it wasn't that good. I don't care. It was good. It was amazing, and you can suck it. I don't care. Favorite game, 10 out of 10. If you haven't played it yet, go play it. Go buy a copy. Pause this, buy a copy, and then come right back.
Quickly.
Yeah, even if you don't have a PS4, just buy that too. Yeah, buy that too.
I bought 4 copies, and I've given 3 of them away. I've done my part. Yes.
Yes. Yeah, I've actually purchased 2 copies, because I had I actually pre-ordered that. That was something I actually pre-ordered from Amazon. It was my first pre-order from Amazon. It was a good experience. And then I bought the remastered edition on PS4, the complete.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah, the only other thing I could really care about Sony showing is I'm kind of excited for God of War.
You know what? I'm with you on that one.
It looks so good.
Yeah, it does.
I want to play some Viking smash murder guys. It looks great.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm kind of in the same boat. I think that would actually have to be my answer for Sony. Definitely looking forward to that. Also looking forward to Left 4 Dead 2.
Left 4 Dead 2?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, Last of Us 2.
There you go. I was going to say, Left 4 Dead 2 is way out, sir. If they're putting that out, something went horribly awry at E3.
Hopefully it's a misprint.
Yeah.
Definitely that. Well, Matt, Microsoft, any interest at all? I know you don't actually have an Xbox One, but
yeah, because I have a real console. I would love. Here's what I would love from Microsoft. I would love for Microsoft to not show me anything at E3 and fix their jankety broken ass Windows 10 so that it works right and isn't going to disable me from playing my Steam games during the next update. Could they focus on that? That'd be cool. Is that an answer?
That is a perfect answer.
Yeah, Microsoft can suck it at E3 and go figure out how they're not going to fuck me on my PC that I already own and paid for, later this year. That'd be cool.
He's talking about Windows 10 for those that don't know. Windows 10S.
Which you're going to get if you opted for the free Windows 10 upgrade, you're going to get this garbage, and it prevents you from executing anything that isn't a Microsoft product or that you didn't purchase in the Microsoft store unless you give them $50. So they're going to hold you for ransom.
Yep.
What? I didn't hear about this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome. So, hey, Microsoft, if you're listening, seriously, what I need you to do is I need you to go over to Ubi's offices, look at exactly what they're doing and go, oh, no, we shouldn't do that. Oh, no. That's what I'm going to need you to do because that's what you're doing. You're for-honoring my freaking already owned computer. Like, that's trash. And I paid for Windows 8.1. I should be allowed to. If you're going to give me a free upgrade, give me a free upgrade. If you're not, then don't hold my shit for ransom because I already paid you.
True.
Freaking garbage boxes.
Agreed.
Dumpster fire. You're 2016 the company.
Maybe you should just play everything on like a Linux box.
I would love to. Hey, so if anybody wants to actually develop things for Linux, that would be awesome.
There's some people that are porting over.
Fun fact, the 3 games that I played were on my Linux box.
Yeah, I know, but you're still limited. It's not like I can't go play just anything I want on there. It's still limited. It's still a limited amount of games. And then a lot of the add-ons and shit that you want to, if you want to stream, if you want to do this, that, or the other, you're still pretty limited on your options. Once if they were more equal, trust me, I already use Linux on my daily driver PC. I don't use Windows if I can avoid it. But not for my gaming. Not for my gaming. If it was an option, you better believe me, I would do it. Like if I could play my complete Steam library on Linux and also watch WWE Network, I would never use Windows again.
Yeah, a lot of that is actual business decisions that were made as opposed to technical limitations, but that's probably for another time. Sean, Microsoft?
You know what? I would like for at E3 Microsoft to announce that they're going to fix my Xbox One because it's been broken since I bought it. So they just need to be like, there's a message directly to me, and they're like, hey, here's the phone number, give us a call. But so I've been very disconnected from Microsoft since I haven't been able to play any games. I really don't know. I have nothing. I literally don't have anything that I could say like, hey, I wish Microsoft was doing this.
You got a PS4 that works though.
They got a new Fable card game coming out. I'm not excited for that. So there's that. Then Microsoft's going to show a bunch of stuff I don't care about. And I'll be like, okay, which makes me super sad because for so long I was a diehard, just like, I love everything Microsoft. It like gaming wise, not my horrible computer, but like gaming wise, like they were putting out some really good stuff. I love the Xbox 360. I didn't buy a PS3 until like probably it was like 2 weeks before the PS4 came out. I bought a PS3 because I found one on like Craigslist for like $100 and it came with like 20 games. Yeah, so I'll buy that.
Almost did the exact same thing. That was the only generation that I went hardcore Microsoft.
Oh yeah.
Once I should say got off of the PlayStation bandwagon. That was the only generation. I still prefer my PS4 to my PC, but almost everything we play together is on PC. So
yeah, I mean, I wish there was something else that I was excited about. Gigantic kind of looks cool. I mean, that might be fun, but I really don't know. Because I haven't been keeping up with anything that Microsoft has been doing. So I failed this test.
No, you did fine. You said you didn't have anything. Unfortunately, it looks like Microsoft's in the same boat as far as games go.
Oh, wait, Voodoo Vince. Dude, Voodoo Vince is amazing. I love Voodoo Vince.
Yeah, there's some rumors about that they're working on a remaster for it. It is a good game. If they actually do show something for it, that would be really cool. Like that would be something I'd be excited about, and it might kind of like revitalize me. But
I would like
everything
to see
else
Grabbed by the Ghoulies also. A new version of Grabbed by the Ghoulies would be freaking amazing. I would love that. Also, State of Decay 2. Microsoft Studios is putting that out, but it's going to be on PC also, so I wouldn't really count that because I'll play that on PC.
Well, they are releasing another Xbox original game on the Xbox One, that Phantom Dust. But apparently, from what I read, they lost the original source code for it. So essentially what they're doing, they're emulating it using the Xbox One backwards compatibility engine and just upscaling it to 1080p.
Good God almighty.
No.
Holy crap.
It's still stuck at 30 frames per second, though, because it had a fixed frame rate in the actual game. And since they can't change the code, you have what you have.
Sweet.
Yeah. And they are also going to be announcing the Scorpio official.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I don't want to buy another console because, well, I kind of do because my one is broken. So maybe I'll buy a Scorpio because their first one was.
Maybe you should just take your other one to the store and see how much they'll give you for it. Hey, scumbags, since this is broke as shit, why don't you give me this new one for $5?
It's $150 to fix it.
Yeah, that's stupid. That's the one thing that I really hate. Like, you remember the Red Ring of Death crap? And they were charging people for that? Dude, oh God, I hate it.
No, mine is just a noisy disk drive. So technically my Xbox One works, but not works in the sense that it should work. It works in the sense that it will play games, but it's really slow to load them like from disk, and it's noisier than anything. For about 30 minutes, it'll spin up and it kind of sounds like a weed eater, and then eventually it stops spinning and I can play my games normal. But it's loud and obnoxious, and it's not worth $150, but it's also not worth me hooking it up to play games.
You can get a $36 replacement drive on eBay,
and
then void your warranty. Yeah, that'll be cool.
Oh no, I'm past warranty. The problem with that is, yes, you can get the disk drive, but you also have to get a PCB to go with that disk drive, and that board is what costs the money.
Gotcha.
It's like $75, and it has to be programmed to that disk drive.
That's trash.
Awesome.
Yeah. So you have to order them together.
So another company that can burn in a fire, nobody would care.
You know what? Microsoft is just, I don't know. This console generation, they've been just they fell off the bandwagon.
And apparently OS generation too. Nerds.
Well, see, I didn't know about that, and I'm fine with my normal Windows 10, but now you just ruined my night.
Yeah, I'm mad.
Let's throw a brick through a window.
All right, Nick, what are you excited for?
From Microsoft, honestly, I haven't really seen much. I'm curious to see how much they're charging for Scorpio.
$1,000.
I think it's good. I think it's gonna be like $499, to be honest. But I have zero interest in actually purchasing it myself. I don't touch my Xbox One very often. We kind of just use it as a media streaming box at this point, and a Blu-ray player.
You know, you could buy a Roku player like way cheaper, right?
Well, that's the thing. We have like 2 Apple TVs and a Amazon Fire Stick and everything else. You
don't need all that.
Dude, the new Fire Stick is good. The newest one's good. The one with the voice commands. I like it.
That's the one we have. All right. Well, that only leaves like one major console manufacturer.
So should we just hand this directly to Nick?
Now we already know where you stand.
Nintendo can suck it. I have nothing. I don't care. No matter what they put out. I was surprised the 2DS XL just came out. That surprised me.
Yeah,
but
me too.
Beyond that, the only thing I can think is that maybe they will kill it off. Depending on how the sales numbers look, they might come and just say, "Hey, we're only doing the Switch from now on." Like, I could see that happening.
You know, I don't think so, because they were very adamant about the fact that they were going to run the 2 consoles parallel.
They were really adamant that the DS was a third pillar in their business model, and it wasn't going to kill the Game Boy Advance also.
That's true. I don't know. I have some hopes that they'll keep it up, because I like my 3DS. I love it.
I think there's a place for it. I think the fact that they built the 2DS, it kind of shows that the DS itself, or the 3DS, 2DS, that platform's not dead. they went from that open screen model to a clamshell model, which actually protects the screen. There had to be some demand for that for them to want to actually release it, right?
Yeah, you'd think so.
So there's that.
But they had to kill their classic because they needed to focus on building all those switches. Oh, wait, just kidding. We were working on the 2DS XL that nobody asked for. Bye.
There might have been somebody's mom was like, I wish that this was bigger for little Timmy's hands.
I wish I could fold this and put it in my purse. No, who cares? Get a 3DS XL. They're cheap now. Just get one of those.
No, they don't. You can't have 3D for little kids. It makes their eyes catch on fire. They fall asleep.
Their brains turn to bubble gum.
That's what happens.
Can we make 3D also make Nintendo's eyeballs catch on fire? I would love that. That would be great. Nintendo, play a whole bunch of 3D. All of you. Reggie, play all 3D games.
Just 3D.
Yeah.
That's it.
And make hey, bring that the next time you come to the Jimmy Fallon show too. Burn his eyes for me inside.
Just play. Oh, come on.
Ugh.
Whatever.
So, Sean, well, is there anything you'd like to see Nintendo announce?
So I was reading that there's a rumored Tamagotchi game coming out.
Oh.
So if that is a thing, then you can count me in. I will run out and I will buy a Switch right now. Oh wait, no, I won't. I won't do that at all, ever. Actually, that's funny because I was at Toys R Us the other day, and this guy walked over. He was like, "Hey, what's going on, man?" And he worked here, so this is the man that works there.
I was gonna say, like, you just some stranger danger just comes up to you. He's like, "Hey man, what's going on?" You're like, "I need an adult. Like, don't touch me." You're just hitting the employee call button really quickly to make sure that somebody comes over to witness whatever he's about to do to you.
It's just some rando stranger. He's like sitting there. He's like, "Hey man, guess what? I saw some Nintendos over there." And but the guy was asking me. He's like, "Hey, you come to buy a Switch?" And I was like, no." And I just walked away. He was like, "We have some," and I was like, "Okay, bye." But there you go. That's it. I have nothing about Nintendo. Maybe if they showed some more stuff about Super Mario Odyssey, I might be kind of interested in that, but nothing.
I'm sure we'll see something about that. I think that's one of their bigger titles that they're going to be kind of harping on all year.
All right. What about you? What do you want to see? You're the only one of us that you're the only Nintendo fanboy with an I, BOI. You're the Nintendo fanboy in this club.
Boy.
Oof. I think, to be honest, I would really like to see Metroid Prime. I'd like to see another Prime title.
Has there even been any talk about a new Prime?
There was one hint towards one. It was like a tweet that someone from Retro Studios released. They took a picture of they could just totally be trolling people, but someone was asking about, hey, are you guys working on a new Metroid title? And he's like, oh, we're working on a new title. I think you're going to like it. And took a picture of Prime Rib. That was legit it. But yes, I would love for that to happen. Retro did the last Mario Kart. I know that they were working on that, but now that that's over...
They did 8 or Deluxe?
They did 8.
Okay.
I don't know if they were involved with Deluxe or not, to be honest with you. But I do know they did 8. So okay. I don't know. I'd love to see Prime. I really enjoyed those games quite a bit. I like the atmosphere. I like pretty much everything about it. It's a pretty fun game. It's a good Forever Alone game. So
no, see, I accept that as being a fun game, and I wouldn't really. Yeah, it's not really a Forever Alone game. It's a fun game.
I've got no dog in that fight at all. I was never a big Metroid guy.
I can't say that I've ever played much of any of the Metroid games. I've watched people play them, and they look really cool. And I play lots of Metroidvania games that kind of share the same, in the same vein. Mm-hmm. So I could see that they're fun, but I think the only Metroid game. Well, no, I have Metroid. Oh, I don't know which ones. I have a couple of them. But I don't know that I've ever played them. I played the one for Game Boy, like Metroid 2. Yeah, there's Metroid 2.
Yeah, Metroid 2. I have that.
Yeah, so I played that. My grandpa bought it for me because we were going on a trip, and he bought it for me. But and then I have some of the ones that were on GameCube. I guess it was Prime.
Yeah, those are
And
the Prime games.
Prime and Echoes.
I think those are still kind of expensive to buy. Like they're still, I think they're still like $40 or something, aren't they?
No, they're not that high. But they're, I mean,
the trilogy, which came out on the Wii, that went up to about $80 for a while.
Good God.
I have a copy of that. That's a good one.
Geez, Senor Moneybags. Old Nintendo Moneybags over here.
I spent $40 on it, so.
yeah, no, it's not that expensive. I just looked it up real quick. Prime's going for like $10.50, and then Prime 2 Echoes is going for like $15. So.
Okay, cool.
Not bad. Oh yeah, to me it would be worth $10.
Yep, there you go.
Yeah,
Pick
exactly.
them up at the flea market.
All right. Well, we should probably start wrapping up here. We've, like I said, been trying to shorten the episodes. We haven't got any feedback on one or the other, so we're going to keep them short unless somebody says something. So if you want us to go back out to over an hour, let us know. Otherwise, we're going to try and keep it about between 40 minutes and like an hour 5 if we can. So yeah, if you like the show, make sure you let us know. One last thing I wanted to throw in here is there's a new Call of Duty coming out, and Call of Duty is garbage, but I hope that it's good so that all the Call of Duty kids who are playing all my games go away and go play that. I really do hope that it's good for only that reason. If you want to hear more about our opinions, or you like us, or you want to read things that we've written, head on over to nerdlifetx.com. You can check out anything that we basically publish at all. So any new podcasts, any videos, any articles, anything goes there first. So make sure you check that out. We each have social media. Sean, why don't you go first? Let everybody know your social media and how they can find the site online.
You can follow me on Twitter at GWS Rainkore, RAINKORE, and you can follow the NerdLife TX site at NerdLife TX on literally anything. So we're out there and we're waiting for you.
They're out
It's
there.
creepy.
Yeah.
We're space folk.
They're like Mulder. They're out there, man.
I
They
don't
got
know
a
what that
poster
is.
in their office of a spaceship. It's an X-Files joke.
I know. I've never watched X-Files.
Oh
though.
my God.
What?
No. Okay, don't even start.
This will be a conversation for another time. Hey,
No, whatever.
leave us a 5-star review and tell Sean why he should watch X-Files.
Definitely.
Do that. Nick, you just had another episode of your podcast come out, right?
I did. Yes, episode number 2. I'm interviewing the Wolfman Musselford in that one. Definitely check it out if you can. It's on iTunes and Google Play.
What's it called? Tell everybody what it's called so they can find it.
It's called Gamer Stories. Man, I need some sleep tonight.
Where else can they find you, social media-wise?
It can also be found on Facebook and Twitter at ZeroPing, Z3R0PNG.
All right, cool. So I host this podcast and another podcast about movies called Nerds at Drive-Ins, which we haven't had a new episode of for a little while, but with the new Alien movie coming out, we might have a breakdown of that with Nick and I, so make sure you keep your eyes peeled for that. That'll go up on nerdlifetx.com when it's available. Beyond that, you can find me on just about everything at Nitro Weasel 3K. Anything. It's even my gamer tag on everything. So if you want to be friends and play some games, let me know. We can definitely do that. So beyond that, make sure you check out some of the other great podcasts on AstroPanda Productions. They were kind enough to take us on, so it's really cool to be a part of that network. And they got a lot of really great stuff on there, so check them out. Until next time, we will talk to you later. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and leave us an iTunes review if you get some time. That really helps us out.
5 stars.
5 stars.
If you're going to rate us lower than that, don't bother.
Yeah, you can do 5 stars, but then just say something mean to us. Give us 5 stars, then say something horrible. It'd be great. Let's just get a bunch of that happening. So, yeah, but just go on there, give us a review, let us know how we're doing, and tell 2 friends. It'd be awesome if you could tell 2 friends, because then we will grow our listener base exponentially, and they'll tell 2 friends, and they'll tell 2 friends, and it'll be awesome. So definitely do that. So until next time, thanks for stopping by, and we will talk to you guys later. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening.